How's it going, YouTube? It's Paul with PM Designs, and this is just the first episode of what I hope to be, maybe a weekly or every other week little episode I'm gonna put together. Um, this week I wanted to talk about. Right now it's just pretty much to be Untitled Photo Talk, episode one, and this week is gonna be on minimalist photography and minimalist. Starting to bring less gear with you on a photo shoot. Not like leaving stuff out when you know you need it, but when you go out and you're going somewhere's just go and walk, doing your own work and just for your own stuff. It's just bringing less gear, not bringing the whole backpack full of gear whenever you're walking somewheres. I like to go, do a lot of nature type stuff, and not bringing all that gear out there with you. One, it kind of makes you stand out. You look out of place because most people aren't walking around out in the woods with a backpack full of camera gear. And it's also it's better for you to not be lugging around all that weight of the gear and everything. Just bringing what you need. One or two lenses, a flash if you want to. Maybe a GoPro or something if you into recording video and stuff on a GoPro. But basically the backstory of all this is that when I first got my T3, it came with a Low Pro Adventura 140, and the camera also had the kit lens at the 75-300 telephoto lens, the memory card in that bag, obviously. And when I got home, I unboxed everything, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the stuff into the camera bag, which of course it didn't all fit. And I'm like, what's going on? Why would they give you a bag to fit everything for with the camera, and it can't fit everything? So the bag ended up, after that day, it sat in the corner. I used it every once in a while, really just, to bring a few cables and stuff. If I need to bring a camera with me or something, it would just be I'm going to stick the GoPro in there, a couple cables, whatever. Never really purposed the bag for anything other than just for random stuff if I need to bring something with me. So the other day I started really thinking and looking at my photography and stuff, and I started realizing that the backpack, I brought it with me doing a few shoots and stuff, and it's nice to have the backpack because I have all the gear with me that I can think to ever need, and it's very helpful because I don't have to worry, okay, all right, I'm gonna bring this, I'm not gonna bring that, I'm gonna bring this, I'm not gonna bring that. It allows me to have all my lenses with me, all my filters with me, cables, chargers, everything that I'm gonna need. So it's good to have all that with me, but sometimes when I go just doing my own little work for myself and for my own enjoyment, sometimes I'll leave the house with the idea of, I'm gonna just bring I'll bring the camera, I'm gonna bring maybe these two lenses, the this one flash, and I'm gonna just bring a couple things and set myself a challenge to be able to go out there and take photos with that gear and really push myself and my gear to get the images I want. And so that's what I started doing. Is I took this bag and I'm like, you know what, I don't need to bring all my lenses with me. I don't need to bring all the filters with me. I don't, yeah, it's going to be sitting in the car, so it's all there. But all that does is make me want to switch, lenses out all the time instead of sitting out there and sitting in the space where I want to find some really nice photos and saying, all right, I have the 85 1.8 on my camera. All right, what do I want to capture? Or having the 42.8 or the 75-300 or the 18-55, which I don't think that's been on my camera since, within the first week I bought it. After that, I don't even think I've really used it. But that's that's really not a big deal. But so I started looking, And I decided that I would use the bag just to have, the basics of what I need. And you don't have to use the same bag that I'm using. Just a normal size camera bag. Get a size that you're comfortable with. Something not, if you want to go messenger bag size, that's fine, whatever. But something. My whole thing is just a small bag, and one or two lenses. I have in my bag. I have a flash. I have my 42.8, the 75 to 300, which I'm kind of debating on that 75 to 300. I just wanted to see what I could fit in there, because of course, if I go to put the 40 on the camera, the 85 1.8 won't fit in the bag. So it's kind of a give and take kind of thing. But it was just really to see if it would fit in there with the other lens in case I go somewheres and it's just I'm going somewheres and I don't really need to bring all this stuff. I know what I'm going to need. And, I don't want to really have to lug all this gear with me. If you go and, do something in a hospital for a baby, some newborn baby portraits or something for the family, which was a circumstance that presented itself, is that, I had put together the camera bag, the small one, with just the lenses I needed, and this was a while back before I started doing all this, but then I had my other bag in the car with the rest of my gear in it, and it was just that way, when you're in there and you're with the family, you're not really standing out. I'm not having to worry about putting this bag down. I can just, have it over my shoulder, and it doesn't really bother me, and, I'm not having to be like, okay, I need to put this backpack down. Okay, please be careful of that bag. It's, got a couple $1,000s worth of stuff in it, one of those things. So, that kind of started stemming this whole thing going. And, so what I did is I just put together the bag, and, I have my flash, the lens, and I have the two lenses in it right now. Excuse me. And, throwing my pen all over the place. And I also have the, GoPro camera in there. It's the Hero 3, and I also have the remote control. And I just have that sitting in there. Just, I can set that up somewhere if I want to record some video or something. I can record with the camera, but I can use the GoPro. I can mount it on the top and then of the camera using the hot shoe adapter that I have for it, and be able to record video and stuff while I'm taking photographs and everything. And especially sometimes, it's really nice to have that video of, the scenery and everything. And, even if it's just something that when I get back, it's just something I can look back at that video, or I can upload it to YouTube or whatever. And a lot of it is going back a while back with my videos, is that I had at one point tried to start putting together the I think it was the Lens Venture or Ventures series, and I really just haven't had much time to mess with that, but I do keep the GoPro in the bag with me and bring it with me just so I can record some footage and stuff to use for that. The other day I found a clip I had on the camera, so I went ahead and uploaded that. But so just having what I need and only what I need, or what I want, with me, and not bringing all the stuff. And really, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably not even going to carry that 75 to 300 in there, and if I do, it'll probably just be that, and then just be what's on the camera, just having two lenses with me. I really don't want to fill the bag with all kind of stuff, and I really need it to be where I can, if I need to switch lenses, excuse me again, that I have the room in the bag to where I can, take, like right now, like I said, I don't have room to have the telephoto lens with my 85 if I'm going to use the 40. So it would be kind of, needing to wear some cargo shorts or something, or pants, to try to have a place to stick a lens, which I really don't want to do. So, but that's kind of just my thoughts on this. But in my circumstances, of course, how you set your bag up, you may have a little bit bigger bag, smaller bag, different lenses, but you need to get a bag that'll work with what lenses that you're planning on putting in there. So moving on from that and looking at the whole minimalist little thing I'm working on. The other day I was just looking around, and I started looking at different cameras, and one of the cameras I'd looked at was the Canon EOS M series camera, and what drew my attention to that is, it's obviously it's a mirrorless camera, so it's smaller, and you can get an adapter which doesn't add much bulk to the camera. Actually, probably really none at all. About the same as my extension, my 25 millimeter extension tube, and then you can use your regular old EF and EFS mount lenses. I think it works on both, but you can use your standard EF mount lenses on it, and which is a plus because I have a few of those, so I could just get the EOS M camera, and I really wouldn't need to get the lenses, but if I could get as a bundle with whatever lenses, but I could also continue to use my other lenses with it. So I was kind of looking at that because it's a smaller camera, but then I started thinking, what, it doesn't have a viewfinder. I like the viewfinder. There's a few things that I just don't really care for in it. And then to me, I like the size of having the full size DSLR. So, with that, it's just, I don't know. But, so then I started thinking, I'm like, it does have the audio jack for for an external microphone, which the T3 doesn't. So that is a plus. And, the camera is more megapixels and everything, but for me right now, it's just more money that I don't really care to spend in a camera. But it was just something I was looking at the other day. It is smaller, so if you're looking at having a smaller camera and everything, mirrorless is an option to look at. It doesn't have to be the EOS M. It can be the Nikon offerings, Fuji, Panasonic, whatever all the other manufacturers that are making the mirrorless cameras. But that was just something I kind of looked at. And then another thing I was looking at the other day, which was the iFi Mobi card. To me, it looks pretty interesting that it allows me to, I could get the card and I can put it in either one of my cameras. Now, it can't transfer a RAW file to the phone, but I don't have any software on the phone to edit a RAW file. So that's neither here nor there. But what I'd be able to do is I could take a photo, and it on the SX500 that I have, that one can't take a RAW, so everything it would just send it over to the phone. And then I can do a little bit of light retouching and stuff on the phone, and then upload it to Instagram or Flickr or wherever I want to send it, or just text it to a friend and be like, hey, check this location I'm at, check out this photo, check out this scene. And they can get images as I'm still out there taking photographs and everything. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and definitely something I'll probably look into getting. And right now I'm still just researching, making sure that it's compatible with the cameras I want to use it, and then especially compatible with the phone that I have. So I was looking at that a little bit, and it's not adding anything else to what I'm carrying, and it gives me a good feature, to be able to, on the T3, I'll just switch it to take a JPEG and a RAW file, so I can just send that. Excuse me again. So I can send that JPEG file, to the phone, and then edit that and send it on to somebody. And then the SX500, if I go somewhere, then I just bring that, which that's kind of my, camera that I'll bring somewhere is when I don't really want to bring the DSLR, because, if I'm going, somewhere where there's a chance that something could happen to it, more, user brought on, not, on a boat or something, I'm not going to bring my DSLR and lenses and stuff. I'm just bring something to get, decent images, but I'm not going to risk, the DSLR going overboard or something. I don't have the money to be able to just throw it replacing a camera if it falls overboard or something. So, with the iFi card, I could put it in the SX500, and then take the photos with that, and it takes decent photos and stuff, in good light, which of course, being out in the water, you can have good light and everything, and so I was looking at that because that would take better photos than what my phone's capable of doing, even though the phone does take good pictures. But if I want to zoom in on something, zoom in on some birds or any kind of wildlife, the phone's just not going to do it. It's going to get real pixelated and everything. And whereas that camera, it has the 30-time optical zoom. So that's something interesting on that aspect, is being able to, send photos to friends while I'm out there taking them and stuff, and not having to wait till I get home and then it's, the middle of the night when I'm editing everything. Of course, I would still come home and edit the files and stuff, nicely and how I want it on the computer, on an actual full computer screen. But just being able to take a photo from the camera, beam it over to the phone, and then send it over to people, just for whatever. And I was thinking that was pretty interesting. The cars aren't really that expensive at all. So and another thing that I was looking at, I'm really just looking for for y'all's feedback and stuff on these, but is those little clip-on lenses for the cell phones. Now on my phone, it's an HTC One X, and looking back, I kind of wish I would have gone the iPhone route because there's a bunch of accessories and stuff for it, but I would have had to wait longer, and my last phone actually had a problem with the speaker, so when I talked to somebody, I couldn't hear them unless I put them on speakerphone. And to me, that's just disrespectful of the people that you're around to force them to hear what your conversations and everything. And I really didn't want to have a headset or anything and stuff. That's just not my style with the phone. So I was looking, and they have the little 3-in-1 clip-on lenses. It's kind of like a little clothespin looking clasp that holds it onto the phone. With the case I have, the little magnet attached ones, that's not going to work because the opening around the camera isn't large enough to attach that lens to it. So I was just looking at that and stuff, and it just, without having to bring a camera with me or anything, just having my cell phone on me and that little accessory, I can take, it allows you to take some wide angle shots, which can be kind of interesting, a little more field of view and stuff. And it'll also allow, you can do the fisheye little effect, which is kind of cool. One of those, may not use it. I probably use the wide angle and then the macro that it has. I would probably use those two the most on the camera, just because to me that's the most useful and stuff. And macro photos are kind of fun and stuff. It'll all depend on what it'll look like. But those are about $10-$20 depending on the brand and stuff. And of course, with the shipping and everything, sometimes it kind of fluctuates the price a little bit. Of course, I'm all the stuff I've been looking at on Amazon and whatnot. But yeah, it's just something. It's small, doesn't take up room, and it'll just I can throw it in my pocket and have it with me. So thank you for watching this minimalist photo talk, and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.